Hello, beautiful souls. Jane Warren Campbell here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to read a message from one of my books. And for those of you who are new to me, I'm a channel. I've written 2 adult books and 2 children's books. The adult books are channeled books, part of them at least. I'm also a light language practitioner, and today I thought I would share a message from my book, The Spiritual Seeker's Guide to Happiness. So just so you know, this is one of my books, Conversations with a Tree by Jane Warren Campbell. And the one I'm going to read from today is The Spiritual Seeker's Guide to Happiness. This was written back when I was using my spirit name of Roshana. I changed back to my birth name a few years ago. And this book, when it came through, it was in 2012 when I channeled this book. I was sitting every day and bringing through messages, which I called essays, and I put it on the back burner. I didn't really give it much attention, and I picked it up recently and realized, holy smokes, this book was written for these times. And back when I was writing it in 2012, they were talking about how we move through hardship and things that are coming and all the changes in the world and how we need to be able to flow with change. It just didn't really impact me because I couldn't see as clearly as is obvious now the power of the messages that have come through this book. I am going to be doing another edition of this book, but it is available on my website, janewarrencampbell.ca, and I'll put a link below so that you can access it now if you would like to, because the essays, you can use this book kind of like getting a message. You can just open it randomly and see what you land on, because the essays are all 3 to 4 pages long. And you can read it cover to cover because it was actually written for the messages to sort of gain in frequency as you go through. So definitely the beings that were brought through for this book, the frequency is in the book. And even now, 12 years later, this was written in the last Chinese New Year of the Dragon. Here we are with the dragon again. I picked it up today because I was in a bit of a funk this morning, or just not feeling my highest self. And I thought, I just need something to lift me up. And I opened the book, and I'm going to read the message to you right now that I read today, because it just immediately lifted me up into a different frequency. So it's a channeled book that is very much timeless, written 12 years ago, and at the same time, right now, it is like, holy smokes, this is exactly what we all need to hear right now. So please join me in essay number 49, Loving in the Light and Living in Joy. And this book was written really to help us move into the higher frequencies that we're now in, to help us understand pardon me, why it's important for us to do our shadow work so that we can rise into these frequencies with ease and grace. And this one, all of them come through with very loving messages. I'll just share this one, and you can see how it resonates with you. We come to you with love and adoration as always. We say to you that you are growing and transforming in ways that would have been unimaginable only a few short months ago. And why is this, dear ones? We say to you, it is that you have passed a very important marker of time for your planet Earth, and from this you are changing and evolving even faster than before. Because of having passed this marker and residing more fully in the light, you are moving ever forward to that time when all of humanity will be given a choice to move into the light or stay in this 3D level of darkness. That time is approaching, and that is the reason for our messages that we bring to you daily. Will you be prepared for the ascension? Indeed, we believe that most of you who read or listen to these messages will be ascending into the higher realms of existence. And yet, That does not mean that there is no work for you to do in preparation for that. We wish you to know, again, that the more you do to prepare, the more you will lift all of humanity into the higher levels of existence. And I would just add here that so many of us want to know our life purpose and what we can do to be of service. And I know that that in itself, allowing ourselves to move into the highest frequency we can, is the greatest service that we can provide. This is the reason for our messages and our encouragement. All of you know of people with whom you see great light, and yet they hide in their smallness, pretending to be less than they are. As they see you grow and change, they are encouraged to do the same. And there will be times when it is beneficial for you to let these people know that it is safe and appropriate to embrace their wholeness and to stop hiding by pretending they are less than they are. This would be a good thing to offer them when you see that they are allowing a slight opening for you to send this information into. You cannot overwhelm them with this information, for they will not receive it. When there is an opportunity to share gently, then we would encourage this. These times that you are currently residing in are times of great growth. Those who are not willing to change are feeling the divide, lost in a sense, without knowing how to change or how to give up that which is familiar and therefore safe to them. You will see some slipping away as you move forward and walk more fully in your light. This is the way of it, dear ones. Do not hold yourselves back for the sake of others. And I think now we are seeing this shift and this divide so profoundly in so many systems that have been coming forward in the last few years that are creating that. It shows me how this book was written for this time. Do not keep yourself small to make another feel more comfortable around you. Stand in your brilliance without bragging or boasting about where you are. Just to be shining your light is what we speak of. When you are in this state and you are carrying deep love and acceptance in your heart, then you shine your light with compassion. That is to say, you shine with love and not a boastful manner. Even though you will see a greater divide among the beings of the earth, there is no judgment on either side. There is no better than. There is just different choices. Each has its role and each is fully appropriate for the individual. It is just that we see that these words are for those who are fully embracing the light and willing to grow and change. You will see as you do so that others will no longer be able to relate to you. You may see that others seem to judge you. Simply send them love. It is because they do not understand who you are and who you have become that they judge what is unfamiliar to them. Have this understanding so that you do not judge them in return. Soften your heart for them to feel your love, not to lower yourself, but to soften yourself so they can relate to you for a moment. This is love, dear ones. And yet, we ask you to stand tall and proud in all that you are. You are kings and queens of the light. You are royalty upon this earth, and it is time to accept that about yourself and be proud of who you are, just as you are proud of others and who they are. Oh, beloveds, these again are such changing times. There is so much to adjust to. There is so much that you used to be that no longer serves the highest good. Not only are you changing biologically, but you are changing in your way of being on the earth, and it can be a lot to keep up with. There are others among you who have mastered this in a sense, and so look to them to show you the way to work through these times. Listen to what they say and choose what resonates with you as truth. Allow yourselves to have leaders, so to speak, those who share their wisdom without giving all of your power to them. Stand strong in your own knowing and use those with the wisdom that we speak of to affirm what you know as truth. In the beginning, when you are morphing and changing, the words of others can be very affirming of what you are feeling and act as a support that you are on the right path for you. May these words act as such a tool for you. May you feel the resonance of love that we bring forward to support you in this journey out of the darkness. Yours is a journey of love, dear ones. This earthly sojourn, this time around, is one of the transmutation into the light, and you are in the thick of it. Many of you may be wondering where all of this is leading. Oh, beloveds, what a beautiful world you are creating with your beautiful minds and thoughts. All of this is indeed leading to heaven on earth. Once you move through the level of ascension into the fourth dimension and have settled into existence there, then you will know. You will know that what you have moved into is such a wonderful, loving, pristine level of existence that you will hardly believe it is real. And in truth, it is not real. It is another level of creating with your mind. You will find out how beautiful your minds truly can be and how you can create such incredible amounts of love and grace for yourselves. It will be like living in paradise. Everything that you ever desire will be yours, and everything that you've ever dreamed of will shift into your reality. Magnificent will be your lives as you evolve in the higher realms of existence. It will be a preparatory period for the next level of existence. It will be like being in school once again, learning how to draw, only you will be learning how to create. You will quickly learn that your negative thoughts are instantly manifest, and therefore will have to learn to think only the best. This may take some practice for some. It will be easy for those who began this practice in this current reality. This is where you will learn to live in joy. It will come from thinking in joy. Why not declare this to be a year of joy? We're coming very soon to 2025, and even though things are going to be falling apart all around us, we can still declare it to be a year of joy and practice this way of creating the new world that we're choosing to be living in with the wisdom and the magnificence that we already are. What a wise decision, for it is joy that you will be creating in the fourth dimension. The more you work on creating it here and now, the easier it will be when you ascend and create whatever you think. It is wise to start now and have it mastered. Then, when you move into the higher dimensions, there will be no need to try to change your thoughts when you are instantly manifesting. That can be a little tricky. Do it now and enjoy the fruits of your creations now. What does a life of joy look like to you? Start imagining it now. Get clear on what it would look like. Put all the details in there. What would your relationships look like? What would your surroundings look like? What would you do with your time? Who will you spend it with? Where will you travel? Have a look at all the aspects of living that would bring joy and decide what they would look like. Then begin expecting to see these things in your life. Stay strong in the knowing that they are already there, or you would not have thought of them. Since they are already there, you'll be seeing them in your experience very soon. How delightful. This is the way of it, dear ones. Start now. Step into the knowing that you are a creator. Bring forward all that you love and cherish into your life. Why not? You deserve it. You deserve it because you are human, the greatest race ever created upon this earth. Step into the deservedness of it all and watch it flow into your experience. It is with this that we leave you this day. Know that it is our deep privilege and honor to come to you this day and share our messages of love. And so it is. So I hope that resonated with you as much as it did for me. I know that it's really important for us to be able to imagine the new world that we're creating so that it comes into manifestation faster and faster. Instead of running from what we don't want, It is to learn to move toward what we do want and to be envisioning all that goodness. Actually, just this morning, I got a message. I was working with someone, and part of the message was also for myself about something that's coming to me that will be so beautiful and wonderful that I will almost have a difficult time receiving it. And they invited me to just really let myself dream into what this is going to be and allow myself to create the feelings of how wonderful that would be. So when it actually comes, I won't resist because I don't believe that I deserve to have this beautiful experience in my life. So this is part of this message in being a creator, is making it fabulous and wonderful instead of putting all our focus on what's falling apart and getting pulled into that. We're not serving ourselves and we're not serving humanity with that. We're walking a very delicate balance right now of being witness to what's falling apart and also here to stand in our light and manifest what we're choosing to bring forward in this new world that we will literally be creating as we go. The new world is already here. The frequency is already here. The frequency of this book was here in 2012 when I brought it through, and it's magnified so much more now. I trust you are all feeling it. And another piece that I'm receiving that is so important is for us to have that compassion for others who are walking a different path, to be able to let go of people and habits and moments, places, whatever it is, relationships that we know are no longer a frequency match, so that we're not holding ourselves back in any way. We are rising up into our magnificence and reflecting that out with an invitation for others to come up and meet us there, instead of us going down to meet others where they're at out of compassion. We've had a sense of compassion in this world that is kind of, I must minimize myself so others feel better in my presence, and so my presence doesn't create that resistance in them because they don't believe in themselves that they can be what they're seeing in me. That's what that resistance is. It's like everyone has this potential, but some don't believe that they deserve that or that they could be that, and so they resist it when they see it. And so it can be a bit of a tough time when you're just wanting to love and connect with people out of compassion and you feel that resistance, knowing that you haven't done anything to create it, it's theirs, and also to let go of what no longer serves, because change is the way now and the frequencies are so high. Change is just constant. So I invite you to check out my website. I am offering channeling sessions and light language sessions. And also from my book, Conversations with a Tree, I am a nature communicator. So if you feel that you have a tree or an area, park that you really like, that you would like to receive messages from, I don't have to be present to do that communication. So I offer nature communication sessions as well. Thank you so much for being here, being a beautiful light in this world, and for radiating brightly in the knowing that we've got this, we've already made it. We're just in the time of the old dissolving and envisioning the new world that's rising up underneath it and pushing it all to the surface. Sending so much love to you all. Bye-bye.